Morocco conducted a Rabat with the RIA in close cooperation with relevant international organizations an international convention exercise on November 20th, 21st, 2013 on response to a terrorist act involving radioactive materials, consistent with the implementation of the Conventions on Notification and Assistance in case of a nuclear and radiological incident. The scenario of the exercise was based on a serious radiological emergency triggered by a criminal act. The exercise, baptized Bab Al Maghrib, mobilized representatives from 15 governmental departments, national institutions, dozens of international organizations, and 58 RIA member states. It was conducted over a 25-hour time span and addressed aspects relating to information sharing and exchange, coordination and communication, and assistance provision.
The scenario of this specific exercise is associated with radiological emergency resulting from explosion of a dirty bomb. Dirty bomb is an explosion device which contains radioactive material, in this case cesium-137. And once exploded, due to the presence of radioactive materials, there is a radioactive contamination around the area of explosion. In this specific scenario, explosion took place in the port of Morocco, and there is associated contamination of the area around, people affected, injured by the explosion, and also affected by radioactivity. And because of this, there is a need to take national and international action.
The convex exercise, Bab Al Maghrib, the first of its kind on the Arab, African, Asian and Latino American world, has a double dimension: security and safety. It has three main objectives. The first objective is to test the national and international capabilities of participating states and relevant international organizations. This exercise, I should recall, brought together 58 IEA member states and 10 international organizations in the field of response and mitigation. The second objective is to share best practices and knowledge in radiological crisis management. The third objective is to highlight Morocco's contribution to the international efforts for the enhancement of the nuclear security and safety architecture.
During the exercise, 3 emergency centers were activated. The National Emergency Center, tasked with managing emergency at national level; Technical Crisis Center, providing technical support in terms of radiological security; Commanding Operational Post in Tangier Medport, tasked with emergency at the attack site; the National Competent Authority, tasked with communicating with the IAA, namely on notification and assistance request. The exercise starting point was Tangier Med Port, the biggest port in Morocco in terms of passenger and goods circulation. On November 20th, 2013, at 7 a.m., a large explosion occurred in the port of Tangier, the passengers' terminal. Abnormal level of radiation indicated that Morocco was a target of a malevolent act using an RDD. The PCO in Tangier Med was immediately activated and takes over command of operations on site, establishing security perimeter, providing rescue, stepping up protective measures and radiological control, deploying forensics teams and undertaking investigation. Roughly 3,000 people were present at the port and its immediate vicinity. The blast occasioned tens of deaths, hundreds of injured, and many hundreds of potentially contaminated individuals. The breakout of the incident, the Technical Crisis Center was also activated by the National Emergency Center to make an assessment on a radiological level, ensure a close follow-up of the potential movement of radioactive clouds, identify radiological risks and suggest protective measures for first responders and for the public. Intelligence sources revealed that a terrorist threat by a group named the Black and White Fighters is being considered. The terrorist group is known to operate in the Sahel region. These threats, which are likely to compromise the vital interests of Morocco, raised the vigilance level of relevant authorities and occasioned further deployment of additional resources in terms of investigation, securing strategic and largely populated areas to face the challenge of wider radiological investigation. Despite the huge mobilization to face this threat, a second blast of an RDD or dirty bomb occurred in the city of Marrakesh, at Jam al-Fna Square, a symbolic spot commonly known to bring together large numbers of people, be them nationals, tourists, or foreign residents. Panic overwhelmed people on the square. More victims were reported among nationals and among foreigners. Under a more acute pressure, Moroccan authorities submitted to the IAA an international assistance request to support its already deployed national resources. National and international media continue to weigh heavily on responders and decision-makers alike. Hence, the need for a clear, coherent and coordinated communication strategy. Bab Al Maghrib was an opportunity to test and assess national-international response to a terrorist act using an RDD.
When an agency is planning to have convex re-exercise, which is happening once per 3 to 5 years, countries, member states of an agency are invited to be a host country. So in this case, Morocco offered to be a host country for the exercise. And we, together with other international organizations, are really grateful for Morocco to hosting this exercise.
The evaluation of Bab Al Maghrib was undertaken in Vienna on February 11th and 12th, 2014. It was agreed that the IAA would present in June 2014 to the Board of Governors a report on the lessons learned from Rabat Convex exercise. In fine, Bab Al Maghrib substantially highlighted the crucial importance of a clear and coordinated action locally, nationally and internationally. A need for a clear chain of command and precise role definition. The importance of well-defined and coordinated communication channels.